Hey, it's nice to see you. Not many of us are aware of the power of our consciousness and creativity. Actually, consciousness is a creative energy. More we are aware of our consciousness, or better said, more we are just aware of who we are and aware of the present moment, where there is no thoughts of our past and future, more we are aware of consciousness itself. Consciousness is a source of energy, but at the same time expression of itself. The same as we would say that while I am painting the painting, I am the painting itself at the same time. So while I am creating it, I am the creation at the same time. That is the explanation of, that could be the explanation of the consciousness. I mentioned it also in my previous video, or it will be my next video, depends of when I will be published it. But you will see more then. So let's say if we would become more aware of the power of creative consciousness, I don't think that anyone would worry ever since then again, since the moment when we become aware of that power. And I will explain you why we would not worry ever again. Because when we become aware of that power, we can see that we can manifest things into our life. But any material things, those are just a small parts of this process. We can manifest happiness into our life. And happiness is this main thing that people are searching for. And with what happiness is coming? With freedom. So we are not searching for material things to be happy, we are searching for freedom, because freedom is giving us a feeling of happiness. And the tricky part here is that many times we think we experience freedom when we buy some material things. And it is true, we experience freedom, but just for a short term of time. And because we experienced it for a short term of time, we want to buy more, so we will experience more. Same is with alcohol or drugs or cigarettes, or also sometimes conversation can be like that. Everything which brings us in the present moment is kinda giving us this freedom. But as long as we are attached on the things outside of us to put us in the present moment, we will always need those things to get back to become present. But what if we finally become aware of that power, that we are in control how we feel? We are in control of what we will create. So firstly, we need to become present. We need to become aware of the present moment, not what happened yesterday, what will happen tomorrow, but what is happening right now in my body. That's the awareness of the present moment. What sounds I can hear, what thoughts are running through my mind, how I feel, what kind of emotions I'm creating and experiencing. Those are the questions which can bring us into the present moment, or which can lead us to awareness of the present moment, which is a great question. How to be present, how to experience present moment. And the happiness, like I said, comes from the present moment. So yes, we need to become more present. And let's say why why we are not living life in more in the present moment, because we are constantly distracted from from our environment and from all the informations which are running around us. Phones, for example. Phones are a great distractor because every time we turn it on, we get so much information. We just pull us into it. We want to dig more into this informations. And then we start worrying. And then something about, current situation, and we start worrying again about it. And as we know, our brains are separated. We can say like that. Our brains are separated from two parts, like from this thinking, analytical part, and for creative part, and the part of where empathy, compassion is coming from. So more we are focusing just on outside informations, more we are analyzing them. So more we are analyzing through the day, more we are getting just into the one part of our brain. So less we are using creative part, which is the main part from where happiness is coming from creating something, from being present and creating something. So more we are analyzing, less we are using this creative part, and less we are using it, smaller it gets. Not that our brains are getting smaller, but less we know how to use them. Less we know how to be creative, less we know how to manifest something, less we know how to be present. And that's what society wants from us, because that's how to make us buy things. That's how to be in that mindset of hard working for money, for material things, constantly being in worrying, in fear. That's what society wants from us. But we are growing, we are developing. And in order to really achieve something greater, our greater potential, we need to start developing more our creative part of self. We need to become more creative. So how we can really become more creative? We need to lose all the limitations that we got from our environment. And those limits are set for everything. How much health we can really achieve, or how healthy we can be, how much money we can make, what kind of people we can meet, what kind of work we can do. Do you even have a vision of what you want to do in your life? How your life wants to be for you? How you want to experience your life? Because we can say, yes, I don't need money because when I will be present, I will be happy. But if we will attach to it, we will become limited again, because we will start being afraid of the money. But money is nothing is wrong with the money if you are using it smart. Nothing is wrong with any material thing around us if we are not attached to it. We can use it to work it in our favor, but not get attached to it. So we can experience life as a beautiful experience if we know the rules of the nature, the laws of the nature, and how to use them to work not for our favor, but how to work with them, getting in the same flow as the flow of nature, the speed of nature. Everything in nature works perfectly fine. So we should work perfectly fine as well. And when we quit worrying, when we quit fear, we get back into that flow of nature. We get back, we gain healthy, we become healthier, we become happier, we become more present, more focused, more aware of the consciousness. We become more conscious. And consciousness is that pure life force, prana, however we want to call it, God. That's consciousness. So when we become more conscious, we become less separated from it. And that's how we will become present. So I'm sending you lots of good energy. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and see you next time. Peace.